Hello, this is Dr. Ranju Singhal in continuation with the PPT of Lesson 5, United Nations and its organizations. We have gone through with the first PPT. Let me show you the content of the chapter. We have done till now principal organs of UNO. 6 organs were there, right? And we have done them in detail. Now I'll start with key agencies of UNO. As I told you in the last video that these agencies of UNO are newly added syllabus. UNESCO, WHO and ILO means International Labour Organization. Right. And one more is there, and that is UNICEF. All of you are familiar with all these agencies, right? And the last topic will be Security Council and the need for UNO expansion. So let me start with these key agencies of UNO. So let me start with UNESCO. You can see its logo. Full form of UNESCO is the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. Okay? UNESCO was established on 4th November 1946. Its headquarters is situated in Paris. Where is Paris situated? France. UNESCO is a special body of UN whose main objective is to promote educational, natural science, society and anthropology, culture and communication. As it's clear in its name. During past several years, the special work done by UNESCO has been to promote literacy, technical and educational training, and independent media, etc., all across its member nations. Do you remember how many member nations there are? 193. Out of them, 5 are permanent members. Okay. Now its next agency we are going to do is UNICEF. UNICEF is related to the children, as you can see in its logo. So full form of UNICEF is United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. Very popular agency of UN. UNICEF works in more than 193 countries. It's not limited to 193 countries only. And territories to reach the most disadvantaged children and adolescents and to protect the rights of every child. Solely related to children. UNICEF was established in 1946 by the United Nations General Assembly, right? Its main task was to collect emergency fund for children and to help in the development work all across the world. And its headquarters is in New York. New York is situated in USA. So, as I told you before, you have to make a list. Obviously, now in class 9, you must be making your own notes, but make a short notes of all these things. As I told you, about the organs of the UNO and the key agencies of UNO. This is lately introduced syllabus, so I hope that you will get questions out of this syllabus. Right. And what UNICEF believes? All children have a right to survive, thrive, and fulfill their potential to the benefit of a better world. You can be given this quotation and you could be asked who believes in it. So you have to keep this in your mind also. Our next agency comes WHO, World Health Organization. Right? World Health Organization, all of us know about its working. World Health Organization's primary role is to direct international health within the United Nations system and to lead partners in global health responses. It was established on 7th April 1949. Its headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland. Make your note, children. And its next agency is ILO, International Labour Organization. One thing you must be seeing in common, that palm leaves across their logo, isn't it? So what about ILO? International Labour Organization was founded in 1919. Right? Before the formation of this UNO. It was established in 1945. Its headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland. It is a body of UN which aims to promote efficient conditions of social justice and work for workers through international labor standards at the global level. In addition, there is an incentive for women and male workers to engage in productive work and to create safety, parity, and self-respectful conditions for them at the workplace. So we have done all 4 agencies of the main agencies. We can say there are many more agencies. These are the 4 main agencies which are working throughout the world. Now, an important topic is there, Security Council and the need for its expansion. It's really very much talked topic about Security Council. Just you have to go through it very, very carefully. The Security Council risks losing legitimacy unless it reforms and expands its membership to include developing states, particularly from Africa. In today's scenario, power equations have been changed with the decision of USSR, and many new countries are entering in UN. So, as you have read about Security Council, total 15 members, 5 permanent members, 10 more other non-permanent members, and non-permanent members are elected by the General Assembly. 5 permanent members have veto power. So, is it okay? All these conditions, under which condition these Security Council is working, there are so many things to think about Security Council. So let us see The UN Charter has given a privileged position to permanent members to bring stability all over the world. This position remains same and no one is allowed to enter. Only 5 permanent members are there. So that is privileged to these 5 countries that they have veto power. They can stop any rules, any new charter coming to the area. As is there any law to be made, so they can stop it, they can regulate it. Permanent members enjoy veto power. Permanent members category is from industrialized country, which should be balanced by enhancing representation from developing countries to become either permanent or non-permanent members. So what is said? That these permanent members are, all of them are industrialized countries. So this thing should be balanced. How? So like there should be representation from developing countries also. It is sad. And that is an important point. Security Council should expand and improve its working to make the UN more effective. That is the main thing. Inclusion of member state should be judged on the basis of contribution to peacekeeping initiative. So as you have seen that about the Security Council, this is a very important point. And in the question answer session, you will see that India also, is India eligible to be a permanent member of Security Council? It has to be go in detail, right? Just now I'll see. Now you must be knowing what are the organs of United Nations, right? All the 6 organs of United Nations, you know. And about one trusteeship council, you know, that is no more there. Key agencies of UN: UNESCO, UNICEF, WHO and ILO. Why there is a need of expansion of Security Council? That is, there is not balanced. Like only the industrialized and more developed countries are the members of Security Council, the permanent members. So its membership could be expanded. A nuclear, which among the following would give more weightage to India's proposal for permanent membership in the Security Council? As I told you, that is, it is very important thing to think about. Why we can say that India is eligible? We can give weightage to India's proposal for permanent membership in the Security Council. Which one is correct? Is it nuclear capability? It has been a member of the UN since its inception. It is located in Asia. Or India's growing economic power and stable political system. Which one you go with? You will go with? I think it is correct one is D. India's growing economic power and stable political system. And the next MCQ is, the UN agency concerned with the safety and peaceful use of nuclear technology is the UN Committee on Disarmament, International Atomic Energy Agency, UN International Safeguard Committee, none of the above. So correct one is International Atomic Energy Agency. And the next question is, what are the functions of Security Council? Which you can do as your weekly assignment. As a citizen of India, how would you support India's candidature for the permanent membership of the Security Council? Justify your proposal. You have to go through this in detail, and on yourself you can write some points. It's not necessary, you can write your own points also, right? And draw and describe the features of the logo of UNO. In the very first page we have done this. Logo, you must know in detail. For your exam, which questions are important? For your pre-boards, or we can say for your board exam. How many members are there in UN Security Council? You know very well. 15. 5 permanent, 10 non-permanent. Make a list of principal organs of UN. There are 6 principal organs of UN. Where is the seat of International Court of Justice situated? Where? Hague, Netherlands, right? And which council of UN had suspended its operation? I told you this is an important one. That is Trusteeship Council. And who is the present Secretary General of the United Nations? Antonio Guterres. He is the 9th Secretary General. List any 4 principal organs of the United Nations. Next is, what criteria have been proposed for new permanent and non-permanent members of Security Council? This question is very important. In any way, it will be there in your exam, right? So you just be prepared with this topic very well. Mention 2 main objectives of United Nations. Why United Nations were created? Assess the role of United Nations as the most important international organization. United Nations is an international organization. That is a summary of the chapter. In 1945, after the Second World War, by 51 countries. Committed to maintaining international peace and security, developing friendly relations among nations, and promoting social progress, better living standard, and human rights. So objectives, this question number 4, the answer of this question you find it in the summary, right? Now let me tell you more things about this chapter, as these I think that are the important one. Just a minute. There is one saying, the United Nations was not created to take humanity to heaven, but to save it from hell. Who said this? It's a very important thing. It can be asked in your exam. So, who said this? Dag Hammarskjöld. He was UNO's 2nd Secretary General. This is a very important saying. That is why I have told you this. And one more question I have in my mind, and that is, when did India join UN? Do you know the date? Write it. India joined UNO on October 30, 1945. 24 October it was created, and India joined it after 6 days on October 30. Okay? So this was second video of lesson 5, United Nations and its organizations. If you like my video, please like them and subscribe my channel. Your comments are also welcomed. Thank you and all the best.